a one-page business plan, okay? And you're going to see those blue folders there that I hope everyone that's sitting down has one. Those are actual worksheets. So I don't want to make it feel like we're in a classroom, but it's going to be crucial if you're wanting to know how to create a one-page business plan. And if you don't have a business, it's okay. It's totally fine. Why? Because I'll get into it a little bit more here in a second. It starts with personal development first before you can have a business. And there'll be personal development in that worksheet as well. So let's get right to it. Okay, the first thing you need to do before you create a business plan or a personal development plan is you need to review 2022, because we're in 2023, right? But this is where people miss the boat. Most people say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 and they don't do anything, right? Well, what you got to do is you got to write it all down, and you got to have something and have it in front of you to look at. But before you can do that, you need to review 2022. Why? Because 2022 is going to tell you the things you could have done differently, what improvements you could have done. Now, this is an example of my 2022, and mine goes, I got pages and pages. I wish I would have brought it so I could show y'all. Mine's about this thick. It's a book, okay? But you need to start somewhere, and what we're doing tonight, because of the limited time, is just giving you a breakdown for you to go back and go home, and then you can go as detailed as you want with it. And the more detailed you get with it, the better it is. Because it's going to be more transparent to you and to what you need to do to change, what changes you need to do, right, to improve. So for me, if you look at your worksheets, everybody open those folders. You'll see, and I'm going to move a little quick because I have limited time. And there's a movie, by the way, because it is the theme's a movie. And there's a movie I want to show you. It's a mini movie in between this presentation that is extremely important for you to watch. It's actually even more important than this. So I want you guys to stick around and watch that. So that's why I'm going to move a little quick. First thing, spiritual. Now, spiritual can mean meditation, yoga, maybe different things for you, okay? If you're not religious, that's fine. But it has to start with inside of you. Why? Because you got to work from the inside out. You can't work from the outside in. Because if it's only about you and about the things, the external things, eventually you're going to hit something or you're going to accomplish something and you're just going to stop. It's got to come from the inside out. That's where the spiritual part comes, right? And again, if you're not religious, that's totally fine. But it could be yoga, it could be meditation. First thing you need to do is take some time for yourself in the morning or late at night. Okay? This is what two things that I did good. I started reading Proverbs daily, and I started praying every morning before I started my day. Before I pick up the phone or whatever, answer a phone call, I make sure I do this. And if I don't do this, which happens sometimes, right, because I own a trucking business, and sometimes I get calls at 5 in the morning, and I have to pick up, I almost feel like my day's not going the way it should have, to be honest with you. So this is like a ritual for me, these two things. The bad, right? That's the good. Now here's the bad. These are the most important things. And nobody's going to look at your worksheet. If y'all want to feel free to start filling in, go ahead. Because that's the main thing here, right? And of course, like I said, you're going to be able to go back home and go into details with it, whatever it may be for you personally. But for me, not going to church every week. Yes, I'm guilty of that. Not being consistent with giving and tithing. Why? If I'm not going to church, I can't give and tithe. Right? Not knowing the 5 prayers by heart, which is one thing I want to do. I want to learn our 5 prayers in my religion that are essential. I don't know them by heart, but I'm going to work on that. So for you, again, it may be different. It may be, I don't know, picking up a spiritual book, going to yoga, doing yoga in the morning. And if you're religious, of course, you get to fill that in yourself because it's about you, right? These are just examples to kind of give you an idea of the things that I need to work on, right? Moving on to personal development. Thanks to my sobrino Kaimar, we wouldn't be able to do this. I started to create content and share my knowledge with other individuals. So obviously I'm in the trucking business. I started to create content about the trucking business and how you can get started in the trucking business. Started networking and became a co-founder of Entrepreneurs Club. Thanks to my brother from another mother, the godfather of networking, and his beautiful wife and his beautiful family were able to be co-founders of the Entrepreneurs Club, and here we are today. Thank you, guys. We love you. The bad, improving on being more organized with my time and my schedule. Meaning, again, I get calls at different times of the morning, sometimes even late at night, and that kind of sometimes throw me all out of whack, right? And so I'm not very organized. And again, I'm being transparent here with you guys, right? I'm not very organized, and I'm not very good at scheduling, to be honest with you. So one thing I want to do is I want to schedule the day. The following day, I want to make sure everything, my schedule is set, and I want to do that for the week, and eventually I want to do that for the whole month. Now, some of you guys already probably do this. Kudos to you, but I'm being honest here. These are things that I need to work on. So again, yours is probably going to be completely different than mine, but these are just giving you an example, right? I want to read more books. Now, my time, sometimes I can't sit there and read a book for a whole bunch of time because I get calls or whatever, but audiobooks, you know? Every time in my truck, in my car, whatever, I want to make sure I have an audiobook on. Something positive, something productive, right? I'm listening to something positive, okay? Not leveraging my contacts. Pablo said earlier, contacts. Yes, Pablo, you're right. I went through my phone the other day. You're right. I have 5,000 phone numbers in my cell phone. Okay? And then Yvette wonders why my phone crashes or whatever, because, yeah, it was maxed out. I have so many numbers in there. Those people, I don't keep up with them.
What's the percentage of the gender?
Huh? All guys in the construction. Yours is different, though, but we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Okay, so improving on associating with people who are more knowledgeable than me. This is kind of what we're doing here. There's people in here that are more knowledgeable than me. Everybody here has strengths and weaknesses.
Yep.
I'm sure everybody here is more knowledgeable at one thing than everybody else in the room. I could almost guarantee that, if we had enough time to sit here and talk to everybody. So that's what I want to improve on, right? I want to improve on associating with people that are more knowledgeable than me. Okay, next, health, okay? Whatever it may be for you, it could be, you know, I've never worked out, I just want to start a workout regimen. I want to start working out 2 days a week. Or I've already worked out and I want to hit my next goal, you know? I felt like I plateaued, now I need a, you know, whatever it may be for you. It may just be walking every day, maybe walking 20 minutes a day. That is fine.
Or just going a checkup.
Well, yes.
To the doctor.
Yes, yes, and look, it's right there. Well, I'm going to get to that, right? So yes, absolutely, especially men. So yes.
Yeah.
So for me, 2 things I started doing good. I started eating healthier. I started eating more protein. I started learning about how, you know, you need to eat better, because that's where it starts. It kind of goes back to what I said earlier. Inside out is what you eat, what you put in your body, right? Almost 3 years ago, I had surgery on my foot. Doctors told me I would probably never be able to jog again. And now I've worked my way up to jogging 3 miles 4 days a week. But eventually I want to go back to what I used to do, which was about 5 days a week. Bad, not keeping track of my meals daily. So if you notice, there's a pattern, right? The pattern is if I'm not keeping track of my daily meals, then how am I going to lose weight, right? So this is review, right? Not keeping track of my daily meals, logging my eating habits, not working out 6 days a week, not being consistent with my workout regimens. So for you, again, it could be different. It could be starting a workout. It could be, you know, like just walking every day. Business. Good. Our business grew by 9%. We added 3 new clients consistently last year, 3 new clients that give us work. The bad, I did not accomplish the target growth. It was 15%, and we didn't accomplish that goal. Did not add a big client to our new client list. So for you, if you don't have a business, this is going to be about your career or your job. What do I mean by that? I want a new promotion. I want to get paid, you know, a higher salary. Well, you need to go back and you need to figure out, you know, what did you do bad? What can you improve on to make sure you get that raise or make sure you get that, you know, higher salary? Moving on, family and relationships. Okay, the good. Started spending more time and having a closer relationship with my youngest son, Gianni. I think I'm becoming a better listener, at least that's what they tell me. So, yeah, I used to not listen a lot, and, you know, I'm just kind of always on the move, and then I realized I need to become a better listener, right? The bad. Believe it or not, we do get in a lot of arguments over petty stuff. petty stuff that's not worth our time, disagreements over things that are not important, right? A lot of you probably do this. I'm hoping I'm not the only one, right? But when you start to think about it, these things here matter because these are the things that take up a lot of energy that you could be using for something else, right? Financially.
You see?
And this is important, right? Because if this is not good, guys, if your family and your relationships are not good, I promise you it's going to hurt you financially. I promise you. If this is out of order, this will be out of order eventually. If it's in order. If not, it'll eventually get out of order. Okay? So financially, I funded an annuity for myself, and I have life insurance coverage. I always said I would never have life insurance. I said I don't believe in it, and then I educated myself. I went and actually educated myself for a whole year about life insurance, about annuities, about stocks and bonds and all these other good things for a whole year. And now I know enough to, where I don't have to get educated on it. I educated myself on it, right? I paid off a huge debt that I had. That was my biggest debt. I had a truck that we purchased for $280,000. It's paid off. So I'm sitting on equity, $200,000 equity on that truck. Back, I didn't invest on any new assets. What she was saying, real estate. We want to invest in real estate, so that'll be coming soon.
Woo!
I did not save the amount of money I would have liked, right? So again, this is a review. You need to go and review this. Go home, review all the things that you did bad, so that you can see, what you need to improve on. Okay. So that's going to lead to the following, right? 3 new goals and 3 new habits. Once you've figured out all the things that you did bad, this is what you need to do. You need to set 3 new goals, and then you need to set 3 new habits for those 3 new goals, right? For me, obviously, goals are to learn Proverbs. Spiritually, what do I have to do? What's a habit? I need to read Proverbs 20 minutes daily. And again, this could be different for you, right? Personal development. Manage my time more efficiently. What do I have to do to create a weekly and monthly schedule with tasks and priority to be able to manage my time more efficiently? Okay? Health. I want to lose 18 pounds. I want to lose 10% body fat. I want to run 3 miles in 24 minutes. Well, I have to do these habits. Work out 6 days a week, track all my meals, don't eat breads or sweets, sleep 8 hours daily. So again, for you, it could vary. But you need to have 3 new goals and 3 new habits. Same thing for business. We need to grow our business by 38%. Okay? One of the habits, we need to bid on more jobs to be able to grow the business by 38%. Most importantly, guys, when you're done with this, you want to name it something. For us, is the year of expansion, because we're going to the next level, personally and business-wise, right? Family relationships, same thing. Spend more time with Yvette and with Gianni. Habits. Saturdays and Sundays are for family only. Financial. I want to grow my savings account by 50%. Habit. I need to track my financial expenses weekly to be able to do that. So is everybody kind of getting the patterns here? The trends? Okay, awesome. Because I got to move. They're telling me I have to go. So all of that, guys, is just one thing. Honestly, it's just one thing. It's all logical. It's all logical. But here's the biggest thing, and here comes the movie. You need to watch the movie. I'm telling you guys, watch this movie, because after that comes the best part. That's logical. Logical meaning effort, the amount of time and energy you put into your goals, strategy, a plan of action that involves setting clear objectives to achieve the desired outcome, and commitment. You need to be committed. Dedication and determination to achieving a specific objective and following through on that decision. Now, that's only half of it. The next half is coming. But watch this movie first. It's a few minutes long, and then we'll finish the presentation.
No.
Jeremiah 29:11 reads, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future." I feel like I'm living that plan out. I feel like the things that happen to us in life, they're not designed to stop us. They're designed to reposition us so we can come in contact with what God really has for us. And so everything that I do, man, I do it to honor God, because I feel like God gave me a second chance at life. And so I feel like I'm doing what God put me on this earth to do.
You see, my mother had me when she was 15 years old, right?
Over on the east side of Atlanta, we came up in this neighborhood by the name of Kirkwood, drug dealer on every corner, gang members in the neighborhood, 2-bedroom home, 14 people, used to sleep on the floor. Got the opportunity to sleep in the bed one time out of the week. There was 6 of us in the bed, 3 at the foot, 3 at the head. And I came up with this dream pretty quick. I said, man, I want to go to the NFL because I had 8 uncles in that house, all 8 of which are still going in and out of prison. And so pretty quick, I said, man, I want to go to the NFL. So I went to my big cousin tomorrow one night. I said, man, listen, I want to go to the NFL, so we got to work for this thing. So the thing we're going to do every night, we're going to be patient, we're going to engage in consistent action. Every night, we're going to race light pole to light pole, no shoes. So every night, we would get out in the street, race light pole to light pole. One night, a coach came down the street. He signed me and my cousins up for organized sports, right? First time being in organized sports. We get in organized sports. The thing was, after practice, everybody would leave to go home. And I always had to sit on the bench and wait on my mother because she worked that way. And so when my mother would show up in the park, it would be about 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night. So I'm sitting there, when my mother would pull up, she drove an old Regal, hubcaps off the car, seats torn up, the car was all beat up. And she would pull up in the park 10:30 at night. I would jump off the bench, I would sprint over to my mother, I would say, Mom, if you don't mind, can you please sit back in your car and turn on your car light? I have to do some extra drills, I have to go to the NFL, she would never have to work another day in her life. And I knew my mother was tired. And every night, my mother would sit back in that car, those car lights would hit that field, and he had a 7-year-old kid doing backpedal drills, running sprints, running laps, chasing his dream to go to the NFL. But just beyond those car lights, I could always connect with my mother's eyes, so it made me dig a little bit deeper, it made me push myself a little bit further, it made me work a little bit harder. It created a certain level of sweat equity, and what I was doing created a certain level of pride. And so I went to Grimm High School, one of the lowest performing public schools in the whole state of Georgia, dropout rate higher than the graduation rate. People didn't go to college. I went to Grimm, my first day I walked through the doors, the metal detective cop said, what's your plan, little man? I said, my plan is to go D1. He said, nah, you'll probably end up in cell block D1. I said, nah, you got the wrong guy. He said, nah, you'll probably end up in cell block D1. I said, nah, you got the wrong guy. After my freshman year, my mother and father both came to me. They said, Inky, we're transferring you from this place. You got a scholarship at Tucker High School. They said, all you have to do is come and play the next 3 years. They guarantee you a scholarship to Georgia. I said, please, leave me at one of the lowest performing public schools in the whole state of Georgia. I can get a scholarship from this place. Son, nobody goes to college from there. Please, let me stay here. I can make it from this place. They transferred me anyway. First football game, tore the ligaments in my ankle, out for the season, ended up in a wheelchair. Went back to my parents, will you please transfer me back to one of the lowest performing public schools in the whole state of Georgia? My pastor said, Inky, you really want to go there? I said, please transfer me back there. I need to go back there. And so the summer going into my senior year, we got blessed with a new coach. He came to me, I was done with football. He said, man, please come and work out for me. Just do one workout for me. I said, okay, coach, I'll come out, I'll work out. I ran a 40-yard dash, I did some cone drills. He came up to me after the workout. He said, son, what college do you want to go to? I said, man, I just want to go D1. He said, no, you're not hearing me, son. What college do you want to go to? I said, man, I just want to go D1. He said, after the first couple of games, we'll put together a tape and we'll see what happens. After the first 2 games, I had 9 touchdowns. It was all she wrote from there. And I'll never forget the day the University of Tennessee came in and the coach took a chance on me. He sat down with me and he said, son, I want to offer you a full scholarship to the University of Tennessee. It was so crazy. I responded and I told him, I'm coming. And he laughed. He said, son, I don't even think you understand how the whole process works. I said, no, I don't think you understand. I said, you're talking to a kid that comes from a 2-bedroom home, 14 people. You're talking to a kid that every morning when I caught the bus, I would race to be the first one at the bus stop. And I would be standing there shaking my book bag and my jackets out to make sure there were no roaches and rats. So when I tell you I'm coming, I am coming. You don't even have to waste the university's money. I don't have to see the campus. I don't have to see the city. You offer me a scholarship, I'm coming. He said, yeah, but I still want you to take an official visit. I agreed. I went up on a Friday night. I'll never forget, they took me to Calhoun's on the River. It's a restaurant in Knoxville, Tennessee. We come out, we got a host, right? And so the job of the host is supposed to show you a great time on campus, take you to parties, make you fall in love with the place. And so I come out with my host and he said, hey, there's a sorority party, there's a barbecue, and there's a basketball game. Which one would you like to go to? I said, man, if you don't mind, can you take me to my hotel? We pull up to the hotel and we're getting out of the car. He said, wait, are you sick? I said, no, I'm not sick. You see what my host didn't understand? That night at the Marriott, that was my first time standing in bed by myself. Think I cared about a sorority party? Think I cared about a barbecue or a basketball game? But the next day when I saw that coach, I thanked him, and I still do this until this day when I see him. I said, thank you, not only for changing my life, but changing a whole generation's life that you don't even know you touched. So when I got back to Kirkwood, I went to everybody that told me I wouldn't make it. I went to that cop, and I looked at him and I said, I told you, you had the wrong guy. So now everybody's response was, Ink, why did you fight so hard to come back to Crim High School? You had a guaranteed scholarship across town at one of the top programs. Why did you fight to come back with a dropout rate besides the graduation rate, son? Why did you fight to come back to this place? And I said, you guys are missing your boat. And the thing that people didn't understand, the reason I had that decision and choice to make, it wasn't about Bookie Johnson. Every night I slept on that floor with those roaches and rats. I had 3 little cousins that slept on that same floor as me. And you know what happened? When I went to college, you know what all 3 of them, I was the first one in my family to go to college. You know what all 3 of my little cousins did? Man, I don't have to sell dope. I don't have to join a gang. I don't have to end up in prison. I don't have to end up dead. All 3 of them got up off the same floor, went to college and graduated, and now they serve in the Army. That is why I went back to Crim High School. Had nothing to do with me. If every decision and choice you make is just about you, at a certain point you're going to hit something that's a lot tougher than you, that's going to make you quit because you don't have a driving force for why you do what you do. But when I got to the University of Tennessee, it was simple. It was simple for me to give everything I had. My freshman year, I played special teams. My sophomore season, I broke the starting lineup. Had a really strong sophomore season. The summer heading into my junior year, I still remember the day where I was sitting in our film room. I was watching film on the California Bears. My defensive backs coach, Larry Slade, came in the room. He said, Inky, I got some good news for you. I dropped the click. I said, what is it? He said, man, you're projected top 30 draft pick, son. He said, all you have to do is play the next 10 football games. You're an automatic multi-millionaire. I went out of the room. I called my mother and my grandmother on the 3-way. I said, after this season, there will be no more struggle. I said, we would never miss another meal. I said, we would never experience another Christmas where we had to stand on the side of the curb and just be grateful. And I hung it up. First football game, I went out and played great, got an interception, shut Cal down. Second game, we played against Air Force, got late in the game, 4th quarter, got to drop back, he threw the ball to a receiver coming out my sideline. Me and the guy went head on. As soon as I felt it, just every breath in my body left. Body went completely bent, fell to the ground, I blacked out. Never happened. My eyes open, I'll never forget, my teammates ran over, they said, hey, get up, let's go. I said, I can't. I said, I can't move. He said, what do you mean you can't move? Y'all locked down corner, man, we need you, let's go. I said, I know, man, but this time I can't move. I flipped my head up to the sky and said, God. I said, surely nothing is happening in this moment that can alter my life. They got me over to the hospital, they took me back, they ran CAT scans, they brought me back into my room, and all in a 15-second time frame, the doctor came running in from the opposite side. He said, hey, get in here, we gotta rush this guy back to the emergency surgery, he's about to die. I said, what? He said, son, you have busted up the clavien artery in your chest, you're bleeding internally, we have to rush you back, take the main vein out of your left leg, plug it into your chest in order to save your life. When I opened my eyes from recovery, the same doctor was over me. He said, son, I have some good news and some bad news for you. I said, you got some bad news for me? I have to tell him I was about to die. I'm still alive. How bad can it get? I'm still here. He said, the good news is we saved your life. I said, thank you, sir. He said, the bad news is Ink, you have nerve damage in your right shoulder. I said, okay, cool. He said, but son, it's a strong possibility that you probably can never play a game of football again in your life. I said, no way. I said, no disrespect to you, Doc, but I've been working for this ever since I was 7 years old. I said, no disrespect to you, Doc, but you wasn't in the park with me and my mother. When I was 7 years old and she was sitting in that Buick Regal, she got done working at Wendy's. No disrespect to you, Doc, but you didn't come up in that 2-bedroom home, 14 people sleeping on the floor. No disrespect to you, Doc, but you didn't miss those meals and stay focused and never made an excuse. I never cheated. I never cheated. Like my conscience still until this day won't let me cheat. Like I can't cheat. I can't look myself in the mirror and say, Ink, you did a good job knowing that I cheat. I can't cheat. One of the greatest pieces of advice that my mother gave me was this: son, whenever you start, you make sure you finish. And the problem with the world today, people get involved with things, and if they don't like a certain person, if they don't like the process, if it's not what they thought it was, they quit. And what they don't understand about quitting becomes a habit that doesn't just affect you. Later on in life, when you get a wife and you get some kids or you get a family, it's going to come back to haunt you, and it will one day affect them. That is why I tell you the process is more important than the product. It's not even about the outcome for me. It's about can you take pride in what you do as an individual, and every night when you look in the mirror, knowing that you gave everything you had to it.
And we have to get to the point where we're willing to impose our will on certain things. Impose your will on it. My life totally changed. And they gave me an opportunity to stop. And most people, when you give them an opportunity to stop while they're chasing something, they take advantage of it because they feel as if, man, why did this have to happen to me? I felt as if, why not me? This is the perfect opportunity to use this to be a blessing to somebody else. And you know what? It's not even about me to be truthful. It's not even about me now. It's about repaying the people that invested in me and saw something in me when I couldn't see it in myself. At a certain point in life, it can't just be about you. And the moment that we understand that, and every day we wake up, we understand that life is a blessing and life is a gift. And if you were to check out today, how would you want to be remembered? It's bigger than you. And no money doesn't have to be attached to it. It's about learning to work from the inside out in life and not from the outside in. When you work from the inside out in life, you understand your why, you understand your how, and you understand your what.
So, what do you guys think about that movie, video? Powerful? So, real quick, if I can get 3 people that would be willing to share, somebody would be willing to share what they feel after what? Yes, ma'am. What's your name? Flor, thank you for sharing. Thank you for being the first one. Yes.
I made a big effort not to cry because I wear makeup, but it's an emotion. If you never give up, through that fear is the success, and I'm sure about it.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Yes, sir. What's your name?
My name's Abel.
Abel?
Yeah. So I was looking this, watching this video. To me, this is one of the reasons why I'm in America, because I have always, since I was a little kid, growing up in Mexico, I will get sometimes visitors from America that will come to our village and visit us. And I was always wondering why America is always successful. Why are these people that come from far away to our land, they have the opportunity to travel, and I will always listen to them to speak English, and I will say, one day I'm going to learn that language, and I'm going to know what they say. And I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be in this country, because that's what America is about. That's the spirit of America. I know Americans do not quit, and I don't want to change my perspective, even though in our situation what's going on in the world. But America, to me, or Americans, will never quit. They will always keep going, and they will always make things happen. And that, to me, that's the spirit of America, right there.
Phenomenal. Love it. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
This was very special to me, and thank you guys so much for putting this together for us. Childhood, I can relate with him in so many different ways, and passion about anything that somebody does is bigger than money. If you go after something for money, you're always going to hit a dead end. It's about the process before you can hit the prize. And just like my teammate, as soon as this movie was over, she's like, "It's all you, friend," because I've always been about a heart person, and you got to go help somebody and serve somebody before you can think about yourself. No matter what obstacles you're going through in life, you got to look at the next team members, children. Those are the goals we need to help accomplish. And so this just hit in so many ways. I just teared up the entire movie, despite of how much makeup I have on. It's just like, when you have a heart for people, you go out there and help them. Money's just an extra coming along.
The reason why I wanted to present and show you guys that video, because the truth is this: whatever goals you want to achieve in 2023, and eventually, your dreams, this is what it takes right here: emotional. And that's why I put up there 51%. Because, the other half that you first saw was logical, right? You need to know what steps to take. But truth is, it's going to take something bigger than you. And I hope everyone in here knows their why. Because Inky said this here, right? If every decision and choice you make is just about you, at a certain point, you're going to hit something that is tougher than you and that is going to make you quit, because you don't have a driving force for why you do what you do. So for me in business, and for you guys, I'm sure, as personally, and also business owners, we're always going to face adversities, no matter what. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be all kinds of things that are external things that we can't even control. That's just life. And you're going to want to give up, and you're going to fall, and then you're going to get back up. And some of us have fallen out many, many times, and sometimes want to give up and say, that's it, I'm done. But that's when you have to tap into your why. You dig deep and tap in deep to your why. Because if your why is big enough, believe me, you're not going to give up. And whatever your goals and whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are for 2023, you will accomplish them. And whatever your dreams are, if you just keep getting up every day, every day, every day, and just like I call it chipping away, just chip away, chip away, chip away, your dreams will come true. Because we do live in the best country. Mm-hmm. My parents are immigrants, and I've been to where they're from. Okay? And I don't want to go deep into that because then I'll probably start to get teary-eyed. But yes, I totally understand your story. So that puts things in perspective for me. And then you're going to need fortified faith and urgency. Okay? Whatever that faith is, faith. Because every day when you feel like giving up, you got to have faith. Urgency, meaning don't give up. So leave you guys with that. Remember, it's emotional. Your why, if you don't know your why, I hope you get to go home and just spend some time and think about what's my why. Why do I do what I do every day? And I'll promise you, whatever goals you have for 2023, you're going to accomplish, I would say, at least 80% of them. Before I forget, Sobrino, I think we're going to, or Pablito, we're going to have something later on, a few weeks maybe, another event for the,
About the after party.
for members. I don't know the date, but we will have something next month. For those that want to dive in deeper with the business planning, myself and Pablo will be able to help you with that. That's going to be for members only. I don't know when yet, but Pablo, I think you know that, right? Okay. So if you haven't already joined us, I hope you do join us, join the club. For those that have already joined us, thank you guys. Thank you for being a part of the family. We look forward to helping you, seeing you there, and again, help you with that. You know, hopefully we can give you some value with your business or development plan. And with that being said, I'll leave you with this. Your mind can guide you, but remember, your heart defines you. Thank you, guys.